Hi, everybody. It's Stefan Molyneux from Free Domain Radio. It is July the 3rd, 2011. I just did that in my head. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm sorry for the last 2 weekends, which I know were a Nazgulian, Stygian abyss of philosophical bereftedness because there was no Sunday show, except for James, who I believe did a great job. And I'm going to give a chance to review those, heckle him appropriately, and we'll probably put those out. So thanks, James, for taking over and rendering me entirely redundant. Thank you to Sovereign Curtis, to Chris Lawless, to Adam Kokesh, and to Carla, the Queen, for the invitation and thoroughly enjoyable. It was a great time at the Porcupine Freedom Festival. Strongly recommend that everyone come down to that. It was incredibly family-friendly this year. Fortunately, the Kids Interactive Fireworks display was not put out this year. Instead, they had a bouncy castle, which I believe thoroughly a step in the right direction. So really strongly recommended. It's just great. I mean, I particularly loved seeing the children there. These were the nicest kids that I've ever met. I mean, to the point where my daughter is playing in the playground, and there are 6-year-old boys spontaneously helping to organize the swing rotation among the younger children in a very positive, helping them on and off the swings. There was no pushing, there was no grabbing. Every kid that I met was alert and smart and wise and kind, and I just really wanted to thank the parents, which is a ridiculous thing for me to do, of course, but I'll do it anyway, to thank the parents for the wonderful work that they're doing to have these amazing kids come into the world. And so kudos to the parents, and just a wonderful time. Thank you so much for the organizers for having me down. If you want to check out my attempt at a Come to Jesus speech, which I think came off fairly well, you can go to fdrurl.com/PF 2011 and check out my speech, which I did after the roast. Thank you also to the roasters who did made some wonderful jokes, surprisingly at my expense. I wasn't aware that was going to happen, but I struggled through. No, it was really enjoyable. I had a real blast, and thank you everybody who put the time in to come up with some seriously funny material. And thank you everybody who worked on that. That was quite a lot of fun, and I hope to be on the giving rather than the receiving end next year to just about everyone. So I hope that you will come to PorcFest next year, and for those who, I guess the more than 1,000 people who came, thank you so much. It was really great to meet everyone, and really appreciated the conversations I had, and some truly fantastic food. Minor news update: the case against Dominique Strauss Kahn seems to have hit a bit of a hurdle, and since I had talked about him briefly before on the show, I thought I'd give you an update. His accuser's credibility appears to be taking a bit of a whack, in that she said to her boyfriend in jail, a convicted drug dealer, which of course doesn't mean much to an anarchist, but means a little bit more to the general population, that don't worry, he's got lots of money, I know what I'm doing. And there seems to have been some hits taken to her credibility. He's now free without bail, which compared to the, 6 million or something that he had before, 5 million that he had before, and ankle bracelets and ferrets attached to his jugular should he ever move outside of a small radius, that was a pretty considerable change. I don't know what conspiracy theories are floating out there. I'm sure there's quite a few. But there's been no contradiction of some of the physical evidence that they found semen in the hotel room and so on. So maybe he did have sex with this woman. Maybe it was consensual. Who knows? If it does turn out that he had sex consensually with this woman, who then turned out to be, I guess, a bit of a troll, you could put it that way, I think it just falls into the Julian Assange school of, it's not usually a good idea to bang people you don't know. It's just you can get some socially transmitted diseases like massive cave-ins from the US legal department, or massive cave-ins from other legal departments in England and so on. So it's usually just a good idea, word to the wise, don't go around being a man whore and banging people you don't know. Now, of course, there's times where people's identity should remain a mystery. I mean, obviously, if you're role-playing with your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend, you're up in the roof, one of you's in a Sasquatch costume, nobody knows really who's under the Minnie Mouse mask. So there's times where I think it's highly appropriate, but I think strangers in hotel rooms, not usually the best approach for maintaining your liberty and credibility. So just a word to the wise. I wanted to sort of pass that out. A wee reminder that the barbecue is happening end of the month? End of this month is July. So July, the weekend of the end of the month. You can go to amiando.com/FDR2011 for more information. We're actually going to hold it at the hotel because there's too many people, I think, for the house, and we also want to make sure that darling Izzy has some space to have her naps and isn't overwhelmed by the mass influx of great listenership. So we're going to have it actually at the hotel, so make sure that you check there. So again, it's amiando, amiando.com/FDR 2011 for more information about the barbecue. Please sign up over the next few days because otherwise, I mean, you're welcome to drop by. You just may not get much food because we have to start ordering and preparing everything for that. So it's a listener appreciation. There's no charge for entrance, no charge for food. We just want to meet and greet everyone to say thank you for all of your support and have great conversations. So I hope that you'll be able to come by. The hotel's on a beautiful location. There's rolling plains outside. There's a river nearby. It's a really nice place, and rain or shine, we're set for the location. So I hope that you will join that. Last mention for Liberty Fest 2011, I will be speaking with my betters around as well, Tom Woods, Adam Kokesh, and others. That's in New York, September the 20th. September the 20th. That's somewhere between 11/1 and September the Blue. September the 10th, 2011. I hope that you will come by. And I guess the Liberty Cruise is now sold out, so that won't be occurring. But you can, of course, check me out and, of course, others at Libertopia, libertopia.org, which is in October in San Diego. So I hope that you'll be able to join us there. I think that's it for news and business. I wanted to actually... we've got some friends visiting. You may know them if you have listened to Free Domain Radio for some time. They have shown up in a wide variety of podcasts, notably because they seem to have hacked the password to the website. And I don't know, they've just done some freaky stuff, but they've done some great work in the conversation philosophically and in the pursuit of self-knowledge. It is Greg and Charlotte, and they are going to get married in September, and we're going to be thrilled to be there. And they have very kindly agreed to move their marriage date to September 11th, the day after my family is in New York, because they found that they wanted to have that anniversary for reasons I can't quite understand every single year. So, I think it's enormously thrilling. I think they're going to talk a little bit about how philosophy has affected their relationship and their journey, because you could really count Free Domain Radio as about the toughest dating site in the known universe. And I think it's just perfectly thrilling. And we've had a couple of other marriages. Rodzilla, who you may remember from Podcast Pass, has also been married. We have another listener who's on the tech team who's getting married in September as well in New York, and we're all perfectly thrilled about all of that. So it's just great to see all of this. Love is in the air. Anyway, it's all just great to see all of this sort of stuff. And so since they're visiting, I thought they'd ask them if they'd be kind enough to share a few thoughts. And so I'll turn the video off and we'll go on with the show. But if you're watching the video, you can, of course, listen to the podcast. This is the Sunday show for July 3rd, 2011. And I guess we'll turn it now over to Greg and Charlotte now.